High school completion is everybody's business. In Alberta, like in much of the world, governments, school districts, parents, teachers, business, and industry are collectively dealing with the real and perceived barriers that prevent some students from completing high school. Let's think of it like driving down a virtual highway. We know kids are detouring, sometimes taking a wrong turn, getting distracted, or completely off course. That's why it's time to hit the metaphorical brakes, to stop and take a look at what's happening. So what is happening? Well, in Alberta, 20% of kids are not completing high school. And we believe that 20% of our youth not completing for any reason is 20% too many. So why are they not completing high school? Students often leave school because they've experienced years of hurdles, missteps, and wrong turns. These risk factors can be grouped into 4 major areas of a student's life. Individual risk factors, things like low literacy levels or being part of a minority group. Family or home life, including risk factors like low expectations or moving often. School has its own risk factors, like student engagement levels and negative peer connections. And finally, community factors, such as poverty and lack of community resources. Any one or a combination of risk factors can create barriers, sending a student down a road they don't really want to go down. On the other hand, if we can target and address these problem areas through a coordinated, collaborative approach, we can keep this 20% of students headed down the right path and give them an increased chance at a better life. So how are we making a difference, and how do we know that we are? We know that schools and districts each have their own local context, which informs how they support students. The Alberta Education High School Completion Initiative has implemented and/or supported over 30 different projects that address the diverse range of challenges that students face and help them to become engaged thinkers and ethical citizens with an entrepreneurial spirit. Our 5 strategies for addressing this wide array of barriers include student engagement, successful transitions, collaborative partnerships, positive connections, and tracking progress. The first strategy, student engagement, is all about innovative and creative ways to engage students, including implementing new technologies in the classroom, exploring alternative learning structures, and learning outside of the classroom environment. The second strategy is successful transitions. If we can support students as they progress through educational and personal challenges, hopefully we can prevent some barriers from arising for these individuals. The third strategy is collaborative partnerships. This strength-based strategy involves building partnerships in and outside of schools that ensure children, youth, and their families have access to supports needed to be successful. The fourth strategy is positive connections. These projects seek to create a sense of belonging for students within the education system and the larger community. Collecting and using data provides our roadmap for the future. Tracking progress, the 5th strategic area, looks below the surface at what is impacting our students. If we delve deeper into the data, we will get at the root of the challenges some of our students are facing. Ultimately, the goal of Alberta's High School Completion Strategic Framework is to trigger change. It's to be proactive about keeping our kids on the right road. There is no magic solution, but bit by bit, student by student, working in partnership with school jurisdictions, business, industry, and other multiple stakeholders, we are making a difference. So why focus on high school completion? Because 20% is 20% too many. Stop and think for a moment. How can we all be involved in preparing our youth to become engaged thinkers and ethical citizens with an entrepreneurial spirit? This journey is an important one. And remember, high school completion is everybody's business. Let's work together to ensure that all kids, regardless of ability, gender, race, or background, continue down the road to success. For more information, visit the website at www.education.alberta.ca high school completion.